Okay, so let's start with the functions. Function start. Let's start by assigning this reference. So controls equal to parent dot get component, and the component of our parent, which is going to be named position controller. Okay. What we're doing here is we're accessing our parent, which is the inventory game object, and we're getting the component position controller, which is over here, position controller. And that's that for the minute. Excuse me. Let's create our GUI function on GUI. Save. And let's create a button that's going to trigger our bag. So GUI.button. It receives a rectangle. Which we're going to set the position on the screen that this button is where it's going to be on the screen. We'll set it right here, or the width of the game screen, and we're going to subtract our variable that we created up here, position bag button. .x, and we're going to do the same with the height. Let's just okay. So this is the court in X and in Y of this button. So what the screen dot width is over here, so we're subtracting 50, so it'll move 50 units over here, and the height is the same thing in Y. We're going to move another 50 units so that up, so our button will be more or less over here. So this is where you're setting your buttons on the game screen. So next, we need to know how much width and height the rectangle is going to have. So here's the slot size. So we're going to make it squared. Make the button square, and we're going to set a name for the button. So bag button name. Okay, so let's try it out. And here we have 4 bags. But we're going to deactivate them, and we'll just work with one for the meantime. Okay. Now over here, name it bag 1. So here we have our first button that's going to trigger our bag. And the same for the others. And these bags are going to trigger and open up our actual inventory. Save and continue. So here, when we press this bag button, it'll toggle and it'll make our bag appear and disappear. So we're going to create the toggle function. And inside this function, when this function is called, it's going to toggle the flag we created up here, the show bag, and it's going to show the bag that appears, that pops up. So we're going to ask if show bag is activated. It's going to hide the bag, and if it's not activated, then it's going to show the bag. Okay. So if it's activated, we'll hide it, and if it's not activated, then we show it. So it kind of sounds backwards, but so it's going to be when we press the button. So we created two more functions. So if we create them, we have to call them. So we have to create them now. Show bag. And hide bag. Okay. So with hide bag, what we're going to do is set this variable to false because we're not showing the bag. And when we're going to show the bag, we're going to set it to true. We'll set the flag to true for the moment. And finally, when this flag is being shown or not, we're going to create a so this is going to actually show our bag. So let's create a function and we'll name it bag. And we're going to call this variable bag pause. Where's that? There it is. It's over here. So this is going to let us know the position of the bag. So bagpost.x, bagpost.y, and after that we're going to set how much width and height is this bag going to have. So it's kind of like a label, but we pre-calculated these values and we'll set up 185 by 200. And let's save, and it's going to give us an error, so don't worry about it because we haven't developed the function. So let's create a function. So this bag function is going to have an X position, which is a float, a Y position, which is also a float, and the distance in X, which is float, and the distance in Y, float as well. The width, the height of our bag. Can it save? So if we test it out right now, it's not going to do anything. So let's develop all the bag logic that we're going to have.